Imagine your world at peak performance, focused, unstoppable. At Riverside Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists, we're committed to keeping you at the top of your game every day. We give you options from diagnosis to recovery, both surgical and non-surgical solutions, with maximum results. For the best care that works with your schedule, not against it. Riverside Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists, always in motion.
Any of your belongings? Okay, have a great summer.
Most kids can't wait for summer, but not all of them. 1 in 5 children are left hungry when school's out. But together, we can change that. Help us put more meals on more tables in your community, all summer long. With Food Lion Feeds.
It's all about bringing people together, and it's all about dogs.
Dog Day in the drive-thru is a day where we give back to our furry friends.
We hand toys out to dogs and their owners in the drive-thru.
My dogs love this event. Tails start wagging, the heads are out the window.
We also partner with local animal shelters to help dogs find their forever home.
Chick-fil-A knows the heart of the community. You meet new friends, you meet new dogs.
We just love seeing their faces in the drive-thru.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollars hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home! Scatter!
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
Hoops. They're everywhere, especially when it comes to banking. Lots of banks offer you big promises with their checking accounts. But there's always a hoop to jump through. At Langley, we don't like hoops. Our Smart Checking offers great features like getting your paycheck up to 3 days early, no monthly fees, and no minimum balances. No hoops, just straightforward banking with Langley. Open your Smart Checking account today.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
I got another Papa Pairings order. I need 3 medium pepperoni, 2 orders wings, breadsticks, cheese sticks, brownies.
They called the right place, Chef.
This order is my Everest. See you at the summit. We're making you Papa Pairings for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Newport News. Hampton Roads Transit has a new kind of rideshare. It's called On Demand. For only $2, you can ride to City Center, the Mariners Museum, CNU, and several hospitals, grocery stores, and many other locations in the Newport News Zone. Simply use the On Demand app to reserve your ride, and On Demand will pick you up at a designated time and location. Download the app today at GoHRT.com. Hampton Roads Transit's On Demand Rideshare, a great new way to get around.
One Life Fitness has something for everyone. From midday movers to sunset shakers. From powerful workouts to peaceful flows. From personal training to personal bests. Whatever your fitness journey, enjoy premium amenities with a supportive staff, all at an affordable price. That's why we're the best value in fitness. Go to OneLifeFitness.com to join today. One Life Fitness. Every journey welcome.
I'm Pastor Grant,
And I hope that you'll join us at one of our campuses this weekend. We're one church with locations all across Hampton Roads and online around the world. So if you're looking for a church home that prioritizes engaging worship and Bible teaching, then this church is for you. Welcome home. So you come this Sunday and experience for yourself what we say it's not just church, it's life.
At Primrose Schools, your child's love of learning begins in their very first science lab. It begins by sharing stories with a friend, and it begins with learning about math and ways we use it every day. We understand how children learn and meet them where they are. We use our balanced learning approach to build their social and academic skills to get them ready for kindergarten and beyond. This amazing time in their life, and yours, is the beginning of something big. Learn more at primroseschools.com.
This is a city in motion, a place to explore, to play, to connect. For those who visit, and for those who call it home, it's a city powered by people, doing the work most people never see. A city where progress isn't promised, it's happening. This is Newport News, built on breakthroughs.
It's another beautiful day here at Town Bank Stadium in Newport News, Virginia. Lionsbridge FC is back in action tonight, hosting Greenville United this Memorial Day weekend. My name is Austin Urch, and I'm excited to be bringing you tonight's contest between those two teams. Lionsbridge coming off a solid 3-0 win last time out against the Virginia Marauders here earlier this week. 3 goals scored from 3 different goal scorers, and Lionsbridge was able to get their first USL2 win so far this season. It's been a bit of a rough start for the home side, however, with that last win, things seem to be turning around here. We'll look to continue that momentum forward through this action tonight against Greenville United, a team that they have not lost to before in the previous 3 appearances. Lionsbridge 3-0 across those 3 meetings. In 2025, it was a 3-0 victory. 2024, 3-1 for Lionsbridge. And in 2022, Lionsbridge also secured a 3-0 victory. It was just about a year ago when these two teams last faced off. A day away, and Christian Hatley scored in the 50th minute, and Luke Ackerman had himself an assist in that contest. Both those players in the starting 11 tonight for Lionsbridge FC, taking the field in their blue jerseys with the Black Peninsula accent, and then their counterparts Greenville United in the white jerseys with the green stripe on them. A bit of a different lineup here tonight for Lionsbridge in this friendly matchup. No doubt we'll see some substitutions as the match continues on. But starting tonight in goal for Lionsbridge is Diego Garcia Reyna. In defense, number 2, Lillian Fischel. Number 5, Andrew Hollenbach. Number 25, Benjamin Velasquez. And number 30, Rai Pinto. In the midfield, it's the captain, number 7, Josh Baker. Number 8, Abdul Magib So. And number 24, Luke Ackerman. Playing up top, it's number 14, Leo Kane. Number 23, Alex Kriashev. Number 11, Christian Hatley. So a number of familiar faces for Lionsbridge fans, and a couple new ones as well. We've seen already a couple times this season. They're looking to solidify their spot in the starting 11. As Lionsbridge look to chase this ball down as soon as Greenville get the game underway. Greenville United coming into this match with a 2-0-1 record in the NPSL. Started the season off with a pair of wins. The first one, a 2-1 win over the Charlottetown Hawks, and a convincing 4-0 win over Mint Hill. Last time out, which was just yesterday as a matter of fact, was a 3-0 loss to Burlington United. Lionsbridge able to take this away inside their own territory. It's Velasquez to Baker. We'll look to bring this up through the middle of the field. Hard pressure coming from Greenville United, nearly force a turnover. Lionsbridge able to maintain possession. The visitors giving Lionsbridge a little bit of a taste of their own medicine, as that high pressure defense is something that Lionsbridge loves to utilize to create chaos inside the own defensive third of the opposition. As you can see here, this one over to Kane. Nice feed by Ackerman up the field for Krashev. Towards the edge of the box, defender Isaac Santos comes in to save the day for Greenville United. It will be a throw-in for Lionsbridge deep inside opposing territory. Ackerman will be the man to take this throw, as he's been very influential on a lot of these set pieces for Lionsbridge. He's the one who's been taking the corners as he delivers this one in to the 6-yard box, headed away out of bounds for the first corner of this game. And again, who else but Ackerman over to take it? His right-footed corner will be swinging away from the goaltender, so Lionsbridge will set up in the field a little bit further back outside the 6-yard box. Going to cause some chaos as the ball comes away from the goal and create some space inside. Had a quick conversation with some of the players, including the goaltender. So it's Jaden Kamada. And the gloves here tonight for Greenville. early on here in the 3rd minute. Kane coming just beside Ackerman. More than likely this one is sent into the 6-yard box. We'll have to see what happens. Takes it. Good delivery. Settled down by Greenville. Trying to vacate the box. Ackerman able to retain possession. Coming off his line is Kamada, and he's able to get there first before Alex Kryashev for Lionsbridge. Solid pressure by Lionsbridge. But nothing that the visitors couldn't deal with. However, an unforced error turns the ball over. They give it right back to Lionsbridge inside their own half. Baker surveys the field. They find an outlet over on the far sideline. Hatley makes a run, but instead this one is delivered up inside the 18. And again, Kamada is there for a quick redistribution along to his left. Now the Lionsbridge defense will be tasked. Goes all the way back to Garcia Reyna. Abu Fofana in pursuit for Greenville. A short game of keep away as Lionsbridge looks to move their way into the midfield, but it's taken away. Greenville, Fofana on his left foot, inside the 18. Sends in across, this one into the upper netting, and they'll say it's out for a goal kick. That one just barely got past Garcia Reyna, as well as Benjamin Velasquez, who was the defender right on Fofana's heels. Restart for Lionsbridge, and they'll have to make their way up the entire length of the field. A very wide pass out to Leo Kane. One-on-one situation, didn't have much help though, as he just elects to send the ball down the field. Great sequence by Greenville United. Now in motion. Sent towards the middle of the field, no one there, at least in a Greenville United jersey, and Lionsbridge is able to make the interception and take it back. Hatley, looks like that was. Quick throw to Ackerman. Takes a bit of contact from behind, but is unable to maintain possession, and the ball heads now the other way. Foul called against Lionsbridge, and that'll be the first one of this contest. Ackerman went down hard, but there was no advantage for Greenville on the previous contact. Now Greenville will put their foot through this one, who's Mbai over to the far sideline, edge of the box. Clever turn to create a little bit of space. Magib So, they're trying to shut things down against David Donkwa. Out of bounds for a Greenville throw. Montino able to get around the defender, but loses track of the ball en route. It's a turnover for Greenville. Been doing a really nice job so far, just making things very difficult for Lionsbridge to come up through the middle of the field. Which is a bit surprising considering how well Lionsbridge was able to make that transition from defense to offense in a very seamless movement up the field in the previous time out against the Virginia Marauders. In a much more defined shape, and now you can see it beginning to regain there for Lionsbridge. Baker almost muscled off the ball by Fofana. Redirection by Magib So. Toes it forward, looking for Kane. And a heavy touch from the Greenville United defense sends this one out over the end line for a corner kick. Kane moves over to take this one potentially quick with Ackerman. Now Ackerman will knock the extra ball off the field and then make his way over to the corner for the distribution. Taken short. Kane inside the 18 on his right foot, cuts it back to his left, goes down, able to get the pass off in time first. Baker can't get it out from under his heels, and he's dispossessed. Quick counterattack coming stopped by Ackerman. With a handful of jersey, he's able to get the ball over to a teammate to free up some space. Hatley, Fofana right behind him, again is able to clear things up for Lionsbridge. They look to begin another attack inside Greenville United half here. 8 minutes into the contest, and we've already seen a couple of ventures forward for both sides. This one all the way through, but offsides is the call as Pinto was a step in front of his man. So now Greenville United will get set inside their own half by quite a bit of distance. We'll boot this one up, likely all the way up to the halfway line. A bit of awkward spin on that as it goes off of Pinto's foot out of play. Throw in just inside the Greenville half, right near the center line, in front of the Lionsbridge bench. Not a ton of movement going on as Fischel is able to head this one up. Kane can't control it for himself. And Greenville United look to take back possession. That one slips right by the defender Velasquez. Over last touched by the visitors, so it'll be Velasquez's throw. Quick passing game between him and Baker before Hollenbach sends it over. William Fischel, the defender out of Lille, France, rifles this one on the ground up through the center of the field. Kriachev was there, but a miscommunication between him and a teammate saw this one go to Greenville, and Ackerman taking a shot from well outside the 18-yard box. Considering Queimada's position, not a bad idea, just a little bit lacking on the final execution. However, you certainly do like to see that, though, if you are head coach Chris Wally of Lionsbridge FC. There's good situational awareness, recognizing the goalkeeper is potentially in a bad spot. Kriachev gets a push from behind, and no call there from the official. It was quickly sent out to his left. Kane, a good interception. Playing midfield both directions as Ackerman settles this one down to Kane. Back to Ackerman in the middle of the field. He's trying to get around a defender, able to do so through the contact. Taking this one, Hatley is there on the line. Goal! Lionsbridge! Great work by Hatley there to follow up on the initial shot by Ackerman. Fighting through contact, and that's exactly what you want to see from the coaching staff as well as the rest of the players out on the field. Of course, there's going to be contact when you're trying to fight your way through defenders, but it's important to stay on your feet, play until the whistle, and do anything you can to keep that ball going forward. It wasn't the best shot that Ackerman had, but it was enough to get Queimada to try and parry the ball away, and good situational awareness from Hatley to quickly follow up, charge the goal, and make sure that he can try and get that extra tap in, which was needed to put that one on the board for Lionsbridge. This one goes all the way through into the defense for Pinto, trying to chase this one down. Can't get there in time as Queimada boots it up the field. Fofana offsides. So Lionsbridge with a knack for getting things started early in the last couple of contests. There's a bit of a soft pass from Velasquez, nearly picked off in the middle of the field, intended for Baker. top of the broadcast mentioned that 3-0 win over the Virginia Marauders. The first goal being scored in the 12th minute by Hojos Lopez. The assist going to Pinto. Great bit of footwork from Hollenbach. But he's finally dispossessed. Headed the other direction. Montino gets the pass off in time. Fall. A back heel. Unsuccessful as this one rolls out over the sideline. Looks to be a little bit worrying there for Lionsbridge home fans here at Town Bank Stadium, as they were just able to get one on the board, and Greenville United nearly coming right back down the other direction. Trying to put a shot on the board. Unsuccessful, though. Pinto making a run, so it's dropped back by Hatley. Baker, the captain, surveys the field and dishes it over to Velasquez. Kane on the right side of the formation. Short pass to Baker with the defender coming quickly. Baker took the contact and again goes down, and Baker will be happy to get that one. Quick restart for the boys in blue. Kane. Dispossessed. Greenville making their way up the field. They'll get a throw-in to help further their advance. They'll slow things down, though, as Lionsbridge was able to bring numbers back. That throw just a bit too far out of Montino's outstretched foot. Sebastian Montino having a pivotal role in the last couple of attacks for Greenville. Good give and go along the sideline. Kane and Ackerman in a 3-on-2 situation. Despite the numbers disadvantage, they're able to maintain the ball. Ackerman has this one played to his right foot. Again, through the contact. No call by the official. This one up and over into the defense. Velasquez looking to watch this one roll over towards the sideline. Instead, plays it back to Garcia Reyna, the last line of defense for Lionsbridge FC. He has a short pass over to Lillian Fischel. The possession game, trying to find an open passing lane. Lionsbridge looking for it now. Pinto has this one skip right under his foot. Wishes he would have had that one back, as it was a good pass up the field. Just misjudged the flight path of that ball, and it dropped right in front of him. Here's that high pressure defense from Lionsbridge that is forced all the way back to the goalkeeper, who is just forced to clear it away. A bit of a wasted opportunity for Greenville United, as their possession immediately ends. And it's Hollenbach and the Lionsbridge defense who will get things started again. Inside their own territory, they make their way across the halfway line. A good pass to Magib So. Again, trying to get on this one. Unsuccessful, and by did a nice job shielding that one out of play. So now the visitors will reset. Lionsbridge up by 1 thanks to an 11th minute goal scored by Christian Hatley. He scored the third and final goal of the contest against the Virginia Marauders in the 74th minute last week. That assist coming from Josh Baker, who also scored earlier in the night. In the 62nd minute, Hatley stays on sides. Lopez in the middle of the field. This one is played short to Kriashev inside the 18. Dishes it back out to Kane. To Baker, back to Kane. Clever move to find Magib So. Middle of the field, plenty of room. Pinto towards the center for Kriashev. Getting on his bicycle for this one. Just off target. A nice attempt, and the fans certainly love to see that acrobatic display from the Falls Church native, Alex Kriashev. Good header up the field and a free kick for Lionsbridge just across the center line as Hatley goes for a tumble. one back to the goalkeeper, Queimada. And he clears this one into the Lionsbridge defense. Into the Lionsbridge bench. Defender Fischel coming up to just make sure this one stays out of Greenville's hands. At least without not giving more time for the midfielders to come back and help out on defense. Fischel knocks it back, and now here's Hollenbach all the way back to Garcia Reyna. Quickly coming in to try and shut that down. Wasn't by. A bit of contact going forward now. Baba Fall. Lionsbridge able to weather the momentary storm. Baker sends this one up over to the left side of the field. Pinto tries to stay on his feet, falls, and this is on a nice opportunity just outside the 18-yard box. Greenville headed the other direction. Hollenbach wins the battle in the defense, but Lionsbridge can't keep possession. Fall, edge of the 18, on his right foot, cutting towards the center, firing off a shot, just up and over the crossbar, out of bounds for a goal kick. And the temperature of the game beginning to rise a little bit as the official continues to keep his whistle rather quiet. Sometimes the players like that from an official. There's a bit less of a disruption to the flow of the contest, and things are able to just proceed a bit more naturally. But of course, when there's a clear and obvious foul, of course the official has to get involved and stay in control of the game. It looks like we might see another free kick here over on the far side of the field. Lionsbridge, of course, making a claim for a free kick, and it looks like they'll get one. It's the fourth foul of the contest so far here tonight. Normally it wouldn't seem like such a high number, but considering how physical it has been, not quite alarming, but maybe a bit surprising as Ackerman gets ready for this delivery. This one sent towards the penalty spot, and it's headed away. Reintroduced back into the 6-yard box, but caught by Queimada. And the Greenville defense will be able to catch their breath. Rolled out to the right side of the formation. Looks like that was Malin who sent it forward, looking for Montino. Ackerman shuffling back. Hollenbach loses his man, and now it's a great chance for Greenville inside the box, cutting it back. Lillian Fischel is there, able to clear it away. Donkwa fighting for room outside of the 18. Mbai over to Donkwa again. Fischel is there, and he's able to shut down the attack enough that David Donkwa dribbles the ball out of bounds. Unforced error and a really big mistake that Greenville would love to have back, as they're still searching for the equalizer here in this contest. 22 minutes in, and it was Lionsbridge who was able to get on the board first in the 11th minute. Ackerman fighting through contact just outside the 18-yard box, was able to fire off a shot. Not a ton of power behind it, but enough to where that Queimada couldn't hold on to it. Parried it over to his side, had to scramble as Hatley was in hot pursuit. Able to tap that ball into the back of the net. Now getting backed up deep inside their own territory. Have a bit of support from Pinto as he knocks the ball out of play. Fofana nudging this one down well into the Lionsbridge defense, where Benjamin Velasquez, a defender out of Woodbridge, Virginia, sent it all the way back to the goalkeeper, and a bit of a reset. We'll take it from the top here for Lionsbridge. Pinto Moving over to the right side of the formation now for Lionsbridge as this one played over Hatley's head into the defense. Kriyachev, a nice pass as Kane and Pinto have swapped positions. Now Kane over on the far side of the field. Pinto along the near sideline in front of the home fans. Interception by Baker. Keeps the ball in play. The players are on sides. Pinto, one touch to keep it, and offsides flag is up. Oh, that was a very delayed offsides call. Pinto not happy with that one. Would have liked it a little bit earlier before he sent that sprint. A bit of miscommunication, it looks like, on where this ball is going to be played. Right on the goal line, essentially. Despite Pinto being about 18 yards further up the field when he was initially in that offsides position. Throw in nonetheless from Lionsbridge. Velasquez. Ackerman taking this one on his left foot. Didn't feel comfortable taking the shot. Foul is called. There's a player down on the field, and it's Eddie Mensah. Ackerman with a pair of goals last season for Lionsbridge. This year it seems like he's transitioned into a much more specialized set piece utility player, taking the throw-ins, taking some corner kicks. Haven't seen any penalty kicks here at Town Bank Stadium yet this season. However, it will be interesting to see who the player is who will be taking that. Certainly a number of players who are more than capable. Captain Josh Baker, one of those, and as well as Christian Hatley. A nice bit of defensive play from Greenville United inside Lionsbridge territory. Donkwa fighting for this ball. Greenville has it, edge of the box, making their way inside, firing a shot, and a good parry by Garcia Reyna. Baker having some choice words for his defense after there was a bit of a mix-up inside their defensive third, and a corner kick looks to be taken rather quickly. Instead, they'll slow things down. Oh, looks like that's Tom Isaac, who's made his way over to take this corner kick. Set piece, a bit of a line drive right towards the penalty spot, and shot off target from Greenville United. Out of bounds, goal kick. Garcia Reyna looks to swing his foot through this one. Just about halfway, not a little bit more than that, through the first half, depending on how much stoppage time gets added. And an awkward swing from the goalkeeper as he puts this one out of bounds just in front of the midfield line. This one goes right to Baker, who knocks it back to Hollenbach, and it's headed all the way to Garcia Reyna, who is able to take this one right off the foot. It looked like Fofana. Fofana, very tall forward for Greenville United and very aggressive. He's the one who was initially leading the charge when Lionsbridge had the ball inside their own half early on in the contest. Kane able to skip that tackle as the ball slides out of play just underneath him. Inside the 18, Hatley has this one, and it gets poked away by a defender. Just caught him off guard a little bit. Contact in the middle of the field. Baker with a hard challenge. The captain there getting stuck in a little bit. Bring the fouls to 3 apiece. Ackerman directing traffic as Greenville United gets set up for the free kick. Abduliambai standing behind the ball. Can't find anything in particular that he likes as he sends it up to Fofana. And a good determination by Garcia Reyna. Hitting the turbo there, jumping off his line. Able to lay claim to the ball as it's all the way up into the Greenville United half again. Kane and Hatley linking up to work their way inside the 18-yard box. Good determination from Lionsbridge to try and not let this one leave the defensive third for Greenville United. Out of play for a throw-in. Right in front of the Lionsbridge defense. We haven't seen any substitutes from either side beginning to warm up here, despite the long laundry list of players available to both parties. Looks like that'll be a free kick awarded right inside the touchline for Greenville United. Abduliambai sends this one down the sideline over on the far side of the field. Dankwa battling one-on-one with Kane, sends the delivery in. Fischel redirects it back out towards the edge of the field. Hatley can't get there first, and instead it's Greenville United able to regain possession just outside the center circle. Delivered to the near side of the field for Fall as he can't control this ball. It came towards him. Pinballed around in between his knees, out of play over the sideline. Velasquez with a throw in through the middle of the field. Hollenbach taking his time and settling things down for Lionsbridge as they look to recompose themselves. Got 4 players up on the defensive line for Greenville, leaving this really large gap in the middle of the field. And I suppose if you can play the ball up over the top like that, is Kriyachev able to find Pinto in the 18, fires this one right underneath the leg of Queimada. A great chance for Pinto as he looked to double the lead for Lionsbridge. A fortunate break there for the goaltender as he's able to get his foot down underneath him and just get enough of the ball that it wasn't able to squeak through. Lionsbridge able to regain possession. Center of the field. Gibso leaves this one for Ackerman. Baker picks his head up, finds Hatley. Clever move, but works the first time, not the second, as that one is turned away from Hatley, and he'll have to try and move the ball forward again. Kriyachev and Queimada off his line. Hatley taking this one from distance. Queimada able to quickly backtrack. And it seems like Greenville United getting caught up in the moment as they're trying to replicate what Lionsbridge is doing and just playing the ball quickly over the top. And it seems like they've had a bit more success trying to play a slow transition game up through the midfield. Baker fires a cannon right into the legs of the defender. Out of bounds, and now we'll see our first substitution here. It is for Greenville United. That's Alfie Tucker coming into the game for the visitors. Tucker making his way over to that right back position out on the field, dealing with Hatley and Kane. So now Velasquez will send this one into the Lionsbridge defense. Reset. A new fresh look at things as they look to continue their attack forward. Up and over to Kane, inside the box, putting this one in a great acrobatic save from Queimada. Jaden Queimada certainly has had his hands full here in the first half of play. 33 minutes in, Lionsbridge with a trio of corners, and Queimada has had to make a couple big saves to try and keep his side level in this contest, or at least not quite out of it just yet, despite the best efforts from Lionsbridge. As they're knocking on the door, and it sounds like a stadium stampede here as the fans get ready for this corner kick. Stomping on the bleachers. Ackerman gets set. We'll get a brief pause here as it was Kriashev who went down, drawing the contact inside the 6-yard box. Pinto as well. Getting a couple conversations from the officials. The players crowd around the goalkeeper again and get ready. The official not happy with what he's seeing inside the 6-yard box, issuing the final warnings, it looks like, before the cards start coming out. Now here's the movement, the delivery. It's another goal for Lionsbridge. This one scored by number 5, Andrew Hollenbach. So the assist will go to Luke Ackerman on the corner kick. And Hollenbach doing a fantastic job positioning himself. I mentioned his stature early on in the contest for the defensive line for Lionsbridge. Wearing that number 5 just positioned almost as a center back for Lionsbridge. Really takes charge, and he was able to knock that one home despite the contact. Able to double the lead for Lionsbridge. Greenville United retreating into their own half in a big giveaway as that one went right to Ackerman. Didn't even have to move. Almost as if it was intended for him. Kane to Kriashev. Ackerman, clever move to get it over to his left foot and get away from the defender. Ackerman gets it back, a chip to Kriashev, trying to tip it into the back of the net. A good look, a great build-up and quick sequence for Lionsbridge. Springing on a dime, trying to flip the script again and continue to add on to the lead. And it's David Donkwa who's down on the field, right in front of the 4th official at the center line. So he's going to head off the field. The substitute will take his place, who quickly ran back off the field. So we'll see if that's the correct player who's coming on. I see no reason that he wouldn't be coming in. Stepped onto the field. There he is. Perhaps just forgot his shin guards. Now he puts them in his socks. Surprised the 4th official let him on without the shin pads. But here he is regardless. Stretching things out, and couldn't quite see what happened with Donkwa. Maybe he was beginning to cramp up. And an awkward goal kick taken. And a bit of miscommunication to say the least, and that's putting it very generously for Greenville United. And a couple of words being shared by the defender and goalkeeper Queimada. Hollenbach being ushered into the 18-yard box by Velasquez. And then thinking better of it as he sends the ball just there instead towards the back post. Greenville United sending it up just past the halfway line now, inside Lionsbridge territory. And a bit of an adventure for Garcia Reina. Comes well out of his 18-yard box, and now it's Greenville moving forward, stopped by Ackerman. Easy as he'd like, as he just pickpocketed that one before sending it back down to the middle of the field. He gets it back. Firing from distance, poked away by Queimada. As it was number 24, Luke Ackerman, the Englishman, aiming for that bottom left corner of the goal. Goaltender just able to get his fingertips outstretched to there in time. Now Ackerman with 2 assists in 2 consecutive contests here at Town Bank Stadium. Get ready for this corner kick. Kane comes over. There's the short option. Bit of movement inside the 6-yard box. This one is swinging towards the back post. Makes its way through the mixer, and before it's finally cleared away just off the goal line by a Greenville United defender. Looked like that was Mbai who was able to clear that away. If I saw the number on that jersey properly, as Velasquez gets set for another throw-in as he looks to make a delivery inside of the 18-yard box. Cleared away by Greenville, and he'll get set again. Velasquez has this one stripped from him and goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. For Greenville, right along the sideline. Hard contact as Pinto goes up in the air for that ball and comes down with a little bit of help from the opposition. Baker not thrilled with his players getting pushed around a little bit. Reintroduced by Velasquez, and now things will progress along. Stopped by Hollenbach before the motion continues to traverse the field. Kane, a touch to control it, not his best, but it gets the job done as he fights through the 2-on-1. Odd man situation, edge of the 18, fires off a cross in, but it gets stopped in traffic. Baker shoots, stopped again, and Pinto with a great chance to look to add to the Lionsbridge lead, looking for his first. But it's stopped by another defender. The goalkeeper getting bailed out by a number of defenders there. Ackerman gets set for the delivery. Trio of Lionsbridge players having great chances as we'll get set up for another one here. Back post. Hollenbach has this one roll right over him. Couldn't quite tell if that hit the back of his head. They'll say it was the defender. Throw in to Kriyachev. Hollenbach getting his head on this and loses it in the lights. Magibso. Hatley over to Ackerman on the right side of the formation. Gets it to his left foot. Cleared away by Tucker, who was moved over to the near side of the field. Initially came in over on the far side in that right back, and Alfie Tucker certainly getting his steps in there as he made his way down the sideline about 15 yards past where the ball went out of play. Linesman showing him just where he needs to be to take this throw in. Sent towards the middle of the field. Hatley can't get there in time, and Isaac Santos, arms in the air, asking Tucker what that throw was. As there were a couple Lionsbridge defenders in the vicinity. As now Lionsbridge looking to vacate their own half of the field. Baker all alone by himself, but a big swing and a miss from Magibso. There's the second clearance in a row where he's been a little bit off the mark, and now some Lionsbridge players getting warmed up here, just over on the far side of the field. A couple of players trying to get stuck in here. Fofana among them. Velasquez. Ball pinballs around there Right along the halfway line, Pinto to Baker. Magibso hits his way around one defender before playing it up, looking for Kriashev and Hatley, but instead it falls harmlessly to Kamada. 43rd minute of the half. A foul is called, the fans voicing their displeasure. A couple Lionsbridge players making their case. Be hard-pressed to find a situation where appeals to the official really played out in a offending player's favor just after a foul. Mbai delivers this one inside the 18, and it's all too easy for Garcia Reyna. Comes up to claim that one as it gets sent out to Pinto, and a great interception by Tucker. Saw that one coming from a mile away. Low delivery, and it's straight to the defender Velasquez, who then boots it up the field. A little bit of juggling there for Kriashev as he had his leg out to try and bring the ball back in towards himself. Brought it back, caught him up high on the arm. Tucker getting stuck in with Pinto is dispossessed. Pinto inside the 18-yard box, and this one gets cleared all the way over, and now things beginning to break down in the Greenville United defense as players, specifically defenders, aren't exactly on the same page, and against this Lionsbridge offense, it can certainly be a dangerous thing. So Magibso takes an elbow to the back and able to get the pass off in time. Up through the last line of defense for Lionsbridge before it gets sent over to the back line for Greenville United. Kane gets set to take a quick throw in. He'll drop this one on the ground and leave it for Ackerman. Players loading up inside the 18-yard box. Lionsbridge looking for another chance. Hollenbach takes a fist to the back of the head. Hatley has this one, and it's straight to the goalkeeper. Hatley and Pinto both vying for an opportunity to send that one into the back of the net. Lionsbridge will have to regroup as Fischel takes this inside his own half. Getting grabbed from behind, a little bit of a do-si-do there with Ackerman and Mbai. Ackerman not exactly thrilled with that. Handshakes and the two go on their way as Mbai maybe a little bit embarrassed as he got caught flat-footed. Ackerman reels the ball in thanks to Fischel. Just a pair of minutes of stoppage time as this one gets headed up. Brought down by Hatley, trying to control it. Sends it over to himself on the far side of the field, looking for some support. Has it in Leo Kane. Ball stays in play. A couple of players standing around as they were waiting for the whistle, and it gets fired into the Lionsbridge bench. Hollenbach up through the heart of the field. Baker can't get there in time. Fofana back heel. Pieces get picked up by Hatley. Now Lionsbridge just a couple moments away here from the halftime whistle. They'll try and get another attack in. Kane drops it back for himself, shaking loose of the defender. Over to his right foot, and this one cleared out of bounds for a corner kick as it got launched into the festival area for a couple of bonus points issued to number 24, Isaac Santos, for Greenville United. Unfortunately, those don't go up on the official scoreboard, just in a little notebook here up in the broadcast booth. So another corner kick for Lionsbridge. A nice half dozen here in the first 45 minutes. The last chance here for Lionsbridge to get on the board before the break. This one towards the near post. Sent away by Greenville United, and we'll get the halftime whistle here. A solid first half for Lionsbridge. A pair of goals on the board for the home fans. Christian Hatley getting things started in the 11th minute. And it was Hollenbach who added to the lead off the delivery from Ackerman, using his head literally to send the fans home happy with a coupon for a free Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. So that's where we stand. Greenville United with a couple of defensive issues to get ironed out here during the halftime pause before the players make their way back out onto the field. So we're going to take a break here as well at Town Bank Stadium and be right back with the second 45 in just a handful of minutes.
Lionsbridge fans, the big halftime moment is here. One lucky fan is about to win free Chick-fil-A for a year. Let's do it. They'll have to play the Lionsbridge Shoes Frame. Here's how it works. All three contestants have taken off their shoes and turned their backs to the field. Their shoes have been scrambled inside Chick-fil-A to-go bags at the center circle, and they have no idea which bag holds their shoes. Once we give the signal, they'll race to the center circle, tear open the bags to find both of their shoes, put them on, dribble the ball toward the best player, and score a goal. First one to score wins free Chick-fil-A for a year. Let's meet our contestants. All right, contestants. From Carrollton, Sean Venstuber. From Newport News, Dan Gorgon. From Hampton, Rebecca Jones. All right, let's count down. 3.
Imagine your world at peak performance, focused, unstoppable. At Riverside Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists, we're committed to keeping you at the top of your game every day. We give you options from diagnosis to recovery, both surgical and non-surgical solutions, with maximum results. For the best care that works with your schedule, not against it. Riverside Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists, always in motion.
It's all about bringing people together, and it's all about dogs.
Dog Day in the drive-thru is a day where we give back to our furry friends.
We hand toys out to dogs and their owners in the drive-thru.
My dogs love this event. Tails start wagging, the heads are out the window.
We also partner with local animal shelters to help dogs find their forever home.
Chick-fil-A knows the heart of the community. You meet new friends, you meet new dogs.
We just love seeing their faces in the drive-thru.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
As soon as you arrive, you'll see it in the people you meet and the way we follow through. At Bowditch Ford, your dealership experience will be one of total satisfaction. Our professional sales associates make buying easy, fast, and fun. And when it comes to service, experience better. From maintenance to repair to parts, collision, even our quick lane, we do it better. Your time is valuable and your dollar's hard-earned. We'll take care of you. Bowditch Ford, a tradition of doing the right thing.
A yard without mosquitoes is always the most popular yard in the neighborhood.
They're home! Scatter!
Homeowners, consider yourselves warned.
Again?
Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
Great vision and healthy eyes are the goal at Peninsula Eye Care. Optometrists diagnose and treat many disorders of the eye and visual system and are a great addition to your healthcare team. We prescribe glasses, contact lenses, and medications to serve you. I'm Dr. David Buck, and if you're looking for a team that will care about you and is ready to listen, come see us at Peninsula Eye Care.
Welcome to Newport News, Virginia, where adventure awaits at every corner. From thrill seekers to nature lovers, Newport News is your ultimate playground for discovering hidden gems. Explore 36 diverse parks spanning over 7,000 acres. Spend a day relaxing with your feet in the sand. And cast your line in the best fishing spots coastal Virginia has to offer. So why wait? Visit the Newport News Tourism website to plan your unforgettable adventure today.
Welcome back to Town Bank Stadium here in Newport News. The sun has set, the lights have come on, and Lionsbridge have themselves a nice 2-goal advantage over the visitors Greenville United. A trio of substitutes have made their way out onto the field for Lionsbridge as we get started here in the second half. Timo Boomkins out taking the place of Lillian Fischel. Coming into the contest as well, Christian Ortiz takes the place of Christian Hatley. And also Ojos Lopez coming on to relieve Josh Baker of his duties this evening. So a strong start for Lionsbridge, a pair of goals, the first in the 11th minute. And then it was quickly followed up by Hollenbach in the 34th. Hatley scored the opener. And Hollenbach on the delivery from Luke Ackerman, using his head to send the fans home happy with a coupon for a free Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Boomkins gets his first touches of the contest over in that right back position for the boys in blue, as this one is sent up. Kriashev up for Ortiz. An effort to try and get on the end of it, unsuccessful. He goes down. He's able to get back to his feet slowly. And now it's the visitors, Greenville United, head back down the other direction in front of the Lionsbridge bench. Miscommunication over on the far side of the field. However, Alfie Tucker trying to watch this one and get on the end of it before it rolls out of play unsuccessfully, as Benjamin Velasquez did a really nice job shielding that ball out over the end line. Just those three substitutions here for Lionsbridge. Again, take a quick look back down memory lane. 3 victories for Lionsbridge against Greenville United in those 3 encounters. Starting back in 2022, it was a 3-0 victory, and then 3-1 win in 2024. And last year, just about a year ago, 3-0 win as well. This one inside the 6-yard box, and Ortiz getting on the end of it, but can't redirect it into the goal. It was Hatley who scored in the 50th minute last year and was able to get on the score sheet again. Ackerman also had an assist in that contest, and as it would have it, got one tonight as well on the second goal. The official letting the boys play a little bit tonight, keeping his whistle a bit more quiet than some people would have liked, as Ojos Lopez, nice pass into the middle of the field for Ackerman before it gets sent over to Pinto on the edge of the box, firing this one, and Queimada can't hang on to it. An absolute rocket sent straight to his hands, and that'll be a corner kick for Lionsbridge here to start the second half. Luke Ackerman makes his way over to take this corner. He'll swing away from the mouth of the goal, so Jaden Queimada will have to stay on his line. I really doubt he'd be able to come out and grab this one in the air unless it's just positioned poorly from Ackerman. Taken short. Back to Ackerman. Inside the box, he goes down. Despite some contact, the whistle stays quiet, and it's cleared away for Greenville United. Into the Lionsbridge half, as goes down is Velasquez. And there we're going to see the foul called on Eddie Mensah. Velasquez is completely off his foot. You could definitely tell there was a substantial bit of contact there. I have a feeling that it's a pretty hard argument. You wouldn't have very many defense attorneys try and take that one if you're Mensah. Now the head official coming over to the linesman on the near side of the field. A quick conversation. We'll see what that's about. If anything comes of it. It's just the shin pads for Andrew Hollenbach. The linesman on the near side of the field wasn't quite sure if Hollenbach had him in. His socks are awful low around his ankles, and Shin pads about the size of a computer mouse down there. Lopez, header to the middle of the field for Kryashev. The goalkeeper gets there first. A couple of players getting stuck in right along the center line as Lionsbridge begins to mount another attack, and communication breaking down once more between Kryashev and Lopez. It's sent back over to the right side of the field for Greenville United before quickly being relayed into the Lionsbridge half. Goes all the way down to Garcia Reyna, who will take all the time he wants as Mbai comes in to close him down, and he'll pick this one up. Sets it down, and Lionsbridge taking things a little bit slower than how they started here in the first 45 minutes. An errant pass, something we haven't seen too much here this afternoon or this evening. It's being taken forward to the right side of the field. Greenville United running out of real estate. There was a little bit of pressure, but not too much, and in the end, it's just out for a harmless goal kick here for Lionsbridge. They'll get the ball back into the field of play. Played it up over into the top and the defensive line for Greenville United. A resurgence in the attack after a hard foul from Ackerman. Feels like he was a little bit hard done there. Feels like we've seen fouls not called for harder contact earlier in the contest, but that one a little bit too much for the official. Over on the right wing, gets past Kane. Delivery inside the 18-yard box is turned away by a Lionsbridge defender before Kryashev clears it over to the far side of the field. Picked up with speed by Tucker. He's able to relay it down the line. Now Tucker will be the one to throw this ball in just inside the 18-yard box, about 16, 15 yards away from the end line. A bit of miscommunication as that one gets sent up the field. Tucker goes down after colliding with Ackerman. Seems to be all right, back up on his feet. Another quick throw in for Greenville United as they look to loop this one around in their midfield. Hold on to possession for a little bit longer here, trying to mount an attack. Naguib Sow. And no advantage called from the official, despite Lionsbridge maintaining possession. Oops, they didn't quite get far enough down the field for the official's liking. Bit of keep away here in the defense. Velasquez over to Boomkins. Dutch defender for Lionsbridge FC is, oh, it's cleared away again. Awkward challenge in the air there for Hollenbach, and a great chance for Greenville United. Headed the other direction, fired off target by Abdouli Mbai. The light's just a little bit too bright there for Mbai as he was closing in on a great chance to try and at least bring one goal back here for Greenville United. Cut that deficit in half. And in the end, nothing to it other than just a goal kick. Lionsbridge, a handful of shots here in this contest and a handful of saves from Queimada. The one thing, though, they haven't been denied by the woodwork yet, something that's been plaguing them a little bit so far here this season at home. 5 total times so far they've been denied by the woodwork of the goal. 2 in the last contest against the Virginia Marauders, and then 3 in the game before that. Lionsbridge a little bit out of sorts as they try and link together the defense and the offense through the midfield. Getting a bit too eager. The initial 11 out there for Lionsbridge, having a bit of success playing the ball up and over the top. When you start changing some players around and making some substitutions. Sometimes that same game plan doesn't always work. There's a reason it works the first time. And I mean, you have some absolute workhorses like Hatley, who's out there, as Ojos Lopez, not to take anything away from him, as he did well to battle and keep that one in play. Kriashev to Ojos Lopez. Gets it back. Does Lopez. Can't find a way through. Gets it back again for a third time. Can't get the ball away from him. He's a magnet out there. Before finally Greenville able to dispossess him, send the ball down to the far side of the field as Boomkin's trying to corral this one, and Bai gets there first. Second man showing a bit of support is Pinto. Moving backwards and a low cross in through the middle of the field, unsuccessful for Greenville United. Kane. A trickling pass to the outside. Trying to move it over to Lopez. Pinto settling it down, firing this one, denied by the woodwork. Can't buy himself a goal. That's his third great shot tonight. Goalkeeper just barely getting his fingertips to it. The attack still building for Lionsbridge. Kriashev can't bring this ball down for himself. In the end, it gets sent all the way back to Hollenbach, and I suppose that is a bit poor timing, and once again the commentator's curse in action. Just mentioned how Lionsbridge haven't hit the woodwork yet tonight, and there Pinto with a great chance. Just fingertip save as Ortiz flicks this one on up and over the bar. Goal kick for the visitors. Now as the goalkeeper prepares to get things underway once more. Take a quick look ahead for Lionsbridge at some upcoming contests that they've got. Wednesday, May 27th, so just a few days away. They'll be up in Maryland, taking on Bethesda SC. Before coming back home less than a week from now, Saturday, May 30th. Lionsbridge will take on Christos FC, a team that they lost to a score of 2-1 thanks to a stoppage time goal just a couple weeks ago. It'll be Bowditch Ford night and also a post-game fireworks show presented by Bowditch Ford. And Lionsbridge will be back on the road again for a contest on June 3rd. And they'll take on the Annapolis Blues as Ortiz hustling to try and take this one down. Some contact right along the end line, and that's the first foul here for Ortiz. And forward out of Port Richey, Florida, the Florida man getting a bit too aggressive. Nice defensive header from Boomkins to send the ball back into the other half. Flick towards the outside, up through the middle, and quick feet of Tucker, able to get there first. Pinto gets around him though, ball deflected. Lopez off the woodwork, off the goalkeeper's hands. And wow, unfortunate there for Lionsbridge, as again, they're denied by the framework of the goal for the second time in this half. After going the first 45, having no issues at all, easily could be a 4-0 game at this point. Kane can't get around the midfielder. But a little bit easier there for Kriashev on his right foot. Surveying the scene, fires this one straight into the defender. Doesn't get much easier for that if you're the Greenville United defense. Didn't even have to move or block the ball, he just stood there. Magibso gets called for a foul, and the infraction will go against Lionsbridge. A free kick just inside the Greenville United half. That one fired off into Kriashev. Lopez chests it down to himself. Odd man advantage here for Lionsbridge FC. It's over to Pinto, firing this one. He's able to convert. Lionsbridge goal! Rye Pinto is finally able to put his name in the scorebooks. Rye Pinto, if at first you don't succeed, try again, and then maybe try some more. Finally able to put his name in the official scorebook as he is able to convert there. Not willing to be held back by the woodwork of the goal or the goalkeeper's best efforts. Fourth or fifth shot here tonight for Pinto. And he was finally able to get the job done. Substitution coming on here for Lionsbridge FC. Jimson St. Louis coming in to take Pinto's place. And Pinto can head to the bench with a little bit of a smile on his face, to say the least, after being able to convert after long last. And the assist will go to Ojos Lopez, as now Lionsbridge looking to add to their lead again. Lopez to Jimson St. Louis with the left foot cross dribbler towards the middle of the field, but instead it's knocked out of play for a Lionsbridge corner kick yet again. Ackerman makes his way over to take this corner kick again, as has been his duties here tonight in the last couple of contests. '63rd minute. One swinging toward the back post. Confusion inside the 6-yard box before it's finally cleared away. Kryachev plays the trash collector and redistributes the ball back in. Acrobatic effort to deny the cross. The ball heads over Jimson St. Louis's head, and what a journey there for Garcia Riena, as he's well outside of his 18-yard box. This one played up for Kryachev. Goalkeeper spills it, middle of the field. Alex Kryachev, goal! Greenville United making their pleas, and the goal is waved off. Very fortunate for Greenville United, as both the goaltender and Kryachev were going for the ball at the same time. And I feel like that's on the goalkeeper to have to hold on to the ball in that situation. There wasn't extreme blatant contact between Kryachev and the goaltender. Lopez and Kryachev making a plea with the official. It's not too often you've seen that one taken off the scoreboard. So much to the chagrin of the fans here in attendance, we'll take that one off the scoreboard. As three substitutes make their way out onto the field for Greenville United. Perhaps a fresh injection of legs. Dan Ivanov, one of those players for Greenville. Dan Savali, another one here for the visitors, and now they look to begin a counterattack. Jimson St. Louis sends this one over to the wing before it's reintroduced by Tucker. Pressure beginning to mount for a Lionsbridge defense that hasn't faced too much trouble in quite some time. Settled back in. Sliding effort to keep the ball for Greenville. Far side of the field. And a foul is called. Lionsbridge will take that one. Give themselves some breathing room after the goal was just taken off the board in frustrating fashion. And here under the lights at Town Bank Stadium, the ball played into the back line for Greenville United. High pressure coming from Lionsbridge. Lopez gets on the end of it and is able to send it over to Ackerman, who then finds Jimson St. Louis, edge of the field. Gets it to his right foot, looking for an opportunity to send in across, has some support, and is able to move the ball over to Magib So for Lopez on the back post. Across the middle, no one is there for either side. The ball will roll out of play for a throw-in. Deep inside Greenville territory. You would think that maybe they would just want to clear the ball outside of their own half, as now they have to try and work their way up the field. And instead, they just give the ball over to Lionsbridge. Quick throw taken. Hollenbach to Magib So. Uses the width of the field efficiently as Kane gets the ball, shakes free from a defender inside the box. Doesn't have very many supporting players around him. So instead, the ball falls flat into the feet of Greenville United, and they'll send it down to the other direction, where it's reeled in by Garcia Reyna. Lionsbridge looking to be unbound by their previous meetings between these two teams. 3 goals has been the limit in the previous 3 iterations of this matchup. 3-0 win in 2025, 3-0 in 2022, and a 3-1 win in 2024. Kryachev pulling this one back, gets called for a foul as a high kick. Sees the ball head the other direction. Another substitute getting ready for Greenville United as the ball trickles over the sideline inside their own half. Lionsbridge needing to settle things down just a little bit here. It seems like they've been too eager to try and send the ball up over the top and just get more players on the score sheet. The defender still checking for blood there out on the field. Looks like that's Mensa, perhaps. He's putting his hand up to it, his eyebrow, taking it down, looking at it, bringing up his shirt. Just anything to get the officials' attention. Possibly cause the player Kryachev to go into the officials' book for maybe a yellow card. Nothing happening there as Lopez has this one go over his head. As both players grabbing onto each other's jerseys. They'll say this one goes against Lopez, though. It seems like Lionsbridge has lost a little bit of their discipline here in the middle of the field. Aerial challenge goes up, and Garcia Reyna outside of his 18-yard box to clear this one away. Kryachev wheels over to his right, plays it up top for Lopez, wheeling away from the goal. Left-footed cross, caught up by the defender's legs. This one will be out for a goal kick, as Lopez tried to corral the ball yet again after the defender's deflection, to no avail. And now the big line change here for Lionsbridge is we'll look to try and identify all the players coming out onto the field. One of them, Clay O'Bara. Grady Morello as well. Angel Lopez for Lionsbridge. Sees his first bit of action here tonight. Jimson St. Louis. A good pass down the line for Lopez. Lopez got a foot on it, but wasn't able to keep it close to himself. Dan Savali has this one covered as it rolls out of play. Dario Catano comes into the contest for Lionsbridge, taking the place of the goaltender, Diego Garcia Reyna. Also, Max Cooper, a Williamsburg native, just right up the road, comes into the game for the home side. Leo Kane has his job finished tonight. Mission accomplished, put Lionsbridge up in a very good position in terms of seeing this game through to the end. Alex Kriachev and Luke Ackerman both head over to the sideline as those two players have also done a really great job tonight, adding to the lead for Lionsbridge, making things very difficult for Greenville to deal with defensively through the first 45 minutes and about 30 minutes here into the second half. A throw in for the visitors. Sami Okwosha gets set for the throw. Has to fire this one down, but a sea of blue jerseys in his way. But an opportunity, edge of the box, offsides flag is up. That's the second offsides call going against Greenville here tonight. Lionsbridge defensively caught out of sorts a little bit, and part of that could be attributed to just the wholesale change that they made, basically. You have a bunch of fresh players out on the field. But even still, before those mass substitutions, we saw Lionsbridge defense acting a little bit uneasy when they had the pressure coming their way. I think part of that just has been due to the lack of work that they've needed to do here in this game. It's been a lot of their midfield and offense going forward, doing a really great job maintaining the ball. Anytime the defense got it, it was with them for maybe just a handful of seconds before they sent it over to the midfield and up into the forwards as Vincent St. Louis is dispossessed. Great sliding challenge to take that one away from him by Dan Savali. It'll be a throw-in for Greenville inside their own territory. About 15 yards from the end line. Now about 20 as he sends the throw in up the field, intercepted by Ortiz. Ball flicked out to the far side of the field. Hayden Summerfield can't corral it. Sliding effort goes right under Chris Wally's legs. It'll be Timo Boomkins. Throw for Lionsbridge. Not the prettiest touch, but it got the job done as Lionsbridge settles things down, brings it into their safe feet of Dario Catano, the goalkeeper. Those three Greenville United players half-heartedly making their way up the field to try and pressure the ball. Don't want to leave themselves overexposed on the opposite side. Just a 3-0 lead here for Lionsbridge so far. Not insurmountable as Summerfield gets across only as far as Max Cooper on the far side of the field. Goes out of bounds for a throw-in. Greenville will certainly need a goal here and need it quickly if they want to find a way back into this match. And a cross like that where it just goes up and over everyone straight out of play, not the route that they want to take. Things breaking down here for Lionsbridge in their midfield and defense, as the midfield has basically been all but ignored. Seems like as soon as they get the ball, it's a quick send up the field as Lopez takes this one. Well, just Lopez fires it over to a teammate, and that's Angel Lopez, far side of the field, edge of the 18-yard box, goes all the way through everyone, knocked on by a defender out of play. And now we'll see here who the player will be to take this corner kick. Up until this point, it's been all Luke Ackerman. He's over on the bench, though, and so it's Ojos Lopez as he gets prepped for this delivery. This one spiraling towards the 6-yard box. A couple of players going for it. Big swing from Hollenbach. Deflects the ball out of bounds off a defender's legs. This will be another throw-in for Lionsbridge in the 78th minute. Benjamin Velasquez is prepared for the throw. Sends this one well inside the 18-yard box. Spirals off a couple backs. Good clearance. Not outside of the 18-yard box yet. Lionsbridge doing their best to keep the pressure on. It's Clay O'Bara is one of those players for the Bridge, putting the ball back inside the 18 before they get called for a foul. A couple of pleas just get ignored by the official. This is a free kick inside the Greenville United half. Let this one go all the way through to the goalkeeper. Will take his time, won't pick it up just yet. Wait for some pressure to come his way, perhaps, before he dishes it over to Hollenbach. And again, there's just a big disconnect in between the defense for Lionsbridge and the forwards up the field that, despite getting the ball to Angel Lopez there, he just doesn't have much support around him, so he can't do anything with it. And instead, it gets overrun by Greenville defenders. Is a good attempt there for Greenville United. It's the field goal uprights. There's just a really large gap out on the field, and it makes it so difficult to try and maintain possession when the ball does go up the field. Hollenbach skips through a pair of forwards coming his way. O'Bara loses his footing as well. Lionsbridge still in possession, though. Lopez up the field for Lopez. And it falls safely into the hands of the goalkeeper, who sends it right out, directly up the middle of the field. Pablo Salazar moving around, getting into the mix of things here. Center of the field for Greenville United. One of the few players out there who does have his jersey tucked in. Greenville trying to send this one up and over the defense. Bloomkins has this one, able to take it out of the air. A quick pass to Hollenbach. Clears it away from the 18-yard box before it's picked back up by the visitors. Looking to get one on the board. Trying to find their way inside the 18-yard box. Unsuccessful. Grady Morello is there to turn them away that time. It'll be a free kick for Lionsbridge. 10 fouls on the day for Lionsbridge. 8 so far here for Greenville United. As play resumes, it's basically playing for pride at this point for Greenville, trying to get just one goal on the board. Something to hang your hat on. Stiff kick sends this up, right past Velasquez. Morello up the far side of the field. Working his way in towards the middle is Lopez. St. Louis can't bring that one back under his feet. And it rolls out of bounds for a throw-in. Taking quickly in towards the middle of the field before being dropped back. Mitchell turns this one over to the far side. Tucker, a little bit of pressure coming his way. Able to link up with Mensah is now just one Lionsbridge player off an errant touch trying to close down the ball. St. Louis can't get there for Lionsbridge. Played up the field and a bit too eager. Velasquez didn't have much issue picking that pocket. Ojos Lopez, a good pass finds Obarra, middle of the field. Lionsbridge working it up the field systematically now. St. Louis to Ortiz, firing this one, looking for the corner. And quickly in pursuit was Angel Lopez, not giving the goalkeeper any daylight to drop that ball as it came fired towards him. Morello getting stuck into things, knocking it out of play, just sending the ball back deeper into Greenville United territory. This one up and over everyone except the goalkeeper, who comes off his line. Catano, the Portuguese goalkeeper, new addition to the roster this year for Lionsbridge FC. Surveys the field and skips the ball over right in front of the Lionsbridge defense. Home side looking to maintain a little bit of possession here. And Angel Lopez, the Spaniard, getting a little frustrated as it's been time and time again. He gets the ball at his feet but can't do anything with it, whether it's his own fault for turning into defenders, which also could be attributed to his teammates not giving him clear instructions on who's around him, or him not identifying passing lanes, not much movement. I mentioned earlier the big gap between the defense and the midfield and the forwards for Lionsbridge. Awkward coming together of a couple players on both sides. Sees a foul and going against Lionsbridge, and now the ball turned up the field in favor of the home fans. Sent over to Boomkins in the back line. Obarra back to him. Pressure coming from Greenville, and Lionsbridge player, looks like that's Ojos Lopez, goes down right along the center line. Free kick taken quickly without too much ceremony, and it's a wasted opportunity. It's fired out of play in front of the fans here in attendance at Town Bank Stadium. It'll be just about a week before the fans come back here to Newport News, Virginia for a Saturday matchup. May 30th against Christos FC. Lionsbridge looking to avenge a 2-1 loss as Angel Lopez can't send it across to anywhere dangerous. It just falls easily behind the goal. Handful of minutes left before stoppage time here at Town Bank Stadium. just a couple midfielders out there on the field for Lionsbridge. The players, they're listed as midfielders. Of course, everyone should be able to play that role. That could partially be due to some of the issues that Lionsbridge has been having. Just Grady Morello and Clay O'Bara. Two midfielders out there. 4 defenders, and the rest are forwards. Or at least listed as forwards in the roster. You have to think that in a contest like this, where it seems like the offense has been working so well for Lionsbridge, this one thrown right into O'Bara, up to Lopez. Lopez sends a dribbler right to the goalkeeper. Seems like the players just really want to put their name in the score sheet as well and endear themselves to the hometown fans. Particularly when you've got some fairly local players. Morello from Newport News, O'Bara from Virginia Beach, Cooper from right up the road in Williamsburg. Nice job by Ortiz walking his way through a couple of defenders. This one skips all the way over to Jimson St. Louis. Hard challenge. We'll see if this one is a throw-in or a free kick. Should be a throw-in. The official came over with a little bit of speed, so wasn't quite sure how far he would call that one. Now here comes Benjamin Velasquez, defender from Woodbridge, Virginia. Getting set to throw this ball into the 18-yard box, almost like a discount store corner kick there. Nevertheless, able to get the job done and getting it at least into the mixing bowl. No further consequence for the Greenville United defense, though. We're able to deal with that one, no problem at all. And by this time, of course, plenty of fans, especially the younger ones here at Town Bank Stadium, have lined up along the railing here for some post-game autographs from their favorite Lionsbridge FC players. A really great tradition that helps build that bond with the community. Good step over by Blumkins to get on the right side of the ball, and Kitano in a dangerous position nearly gives the ball away. Sliding effort from Ivanov, who's had himself a quiet afternoon despite coming onto the game rather late in the contest. O'Bara able to toe poke that one over to a teammate before it gets sent out of play. Last touched by Lionsbridge. Sami Akwosha throwing up the field over a pair of players, and Lionsbridge get called for a couple hands to the back. It'll be a free kick for Greenville, and this is something that Lionsbridge really needs to be careful of in games later on in the season. Just these unnecessary fouls being given away, especially late in the contest as Ivanov gets set to take this free kick. Defense has looked a little bit shaky lately. This one gets sent towards the edge of the 18-yard box, re-delivered in front of the goal mouth, and easily enough for Dario Kitano to put both hands on that, slow things down, take a little bit more time off the clock. As here we're just a couple seconds away from the stoppage time announcement here at Town Bank Stadium. Lionsbridge will advance to still an unblemished record against Greenville United. Angel Lopez has this one under his feet, finally gets it out over to a teammate on the far side, and a fork and knife is brought out, and an absolute meal is made of that cross. quite sure where the intended target was or who it was, but certainly was well off the mark. Just 1 minute of stoppage time added on here to close out the evening. Boomkins doing a really nice job using his size advantage against Summerfield. Greenville aggressive with everything they've got here for perhaps their final chance of the contest, as Catano will wait to pick this one up. Looks to push everyone forward, roll the ball out to himself, and send it up into the night sky as we await the final whistle. Jimson St. Louis gets a push from behind, but that'll be the final whistle in tonight's game. Lionsbridge, 3-0, able to keep the streak going against Greenville United. Lionsbridge will move to 3-1-1 overall this season. 2 successful 3-0 wins here at Town Bank Stadium before they head on the road up to Bethesda for a contest Wednesday, May 27th, before coming back home here Saturday, May 30th against Christos FC in a highly anticipated contest you certainly won't want to miss. You can head to lionsbridgefc.com/tickets to secure your spot here at Town Bank Stadium. Plenty of food trucks, a festival area, beer garden, fun for all ages. Festival gates open at 5:30. The game starts at 7 on Bowditch Ford night with a fireworks display after the game. And of course, a great chance to meet your favorite Lionsbridge players with some post-game autographs. But another successful win for Lionsbridge before they take to the road here at Town Bank Stadium. 3 goals from 3 different players. Christian Hatley, the opener in the 11th minute. Hollenbach off the feed from Ackerman in the 34th doubled up the tally. And then Pinto with the icing on the cake, thanks to the assist from Mojos Lopez in the 60th minute. Pinto was trying so hard all night long, got denied by the woodwork, did Lionsbridge a handful of times, adding to the little bit of misfortune that they've had this season. 8 times they've been rejected by the woodwork, have been able to beat the goalkeeper, but not quite the goal itself. Well, regardless, a good win for Lionsbridge. They come over to applaud the home fans, and for all of us here at Town Bank Stadium, on behalf of Lionsbridge FC, I have been Austin Ertz, and it's been a pleasure bringing you this contest here tonight. We'll be back in action in about a week or so, and we hope to see you here.